All right, it is 9:03 a.m. This is capturing the same environment. This is the impossible environment, and I'm going to vividly illustrate for you the group stalking of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. They are no exception. There is no difference. They are not. There is no anomaly there, and that also logically follows when you are prosecuting stalking. So you're prosecuting stalking by a government, and I am showing you the demonic system that is underway by the government that's keeping you under surveillance, unbeknownst to you. That highly malicious system is revealed through what is a demonic environment, and these demonic methods are maliciously utilized in addition to the fact that these are the demon possessed that are in positions of government and law enforcement and the people of the state, but it's also maliciously and specifically like intentionally utilized for purposes of criminally defaming the ordinary targeted individual that would in any way try to suggest or enforce their rights and claim and assert that they are being stalked or under surveillance by the government, and then trying to explain the light activity that you just saw on my ceiling in there. Okay, that's why you do that, and it's called malice. And you're going to prosecute the demon possessed that are in positions of government engaging in criminal surveillance in the state of California, which is occurring in the United States. At 101 South Main Street, specifically Suite D, I'm referencing a small little cafe, which is a third-party facilitating venue. And that is the case because what you see at that venue, where, by the way, I am documenting it during daylight savings time, that is March 22nd, 2022, and I am documenting the pattern of conduct long before I come into the presence of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and as I continue to document after they are leaving what is criminal presence in my path. That is indeed the fact. Where the entity is keeping you under surveillance, those surrounding you in the path are engaging in criminal activity because it's stalking, and stalking is a crime. Surveillance is a crime where it is underway by any person outside of law enforcement, absent any warrant or probable cause. That's what the law defines. There is no constitutional or lawful basis for the government itself to keep you under surveillance in the United States. All right, of just engaging in that pattern of conduct, maintaining presence around you. That's not a stakeout. That's no practice within the within the law enforcement for purposes of some lawful investigation or some lawful basis whereby they are investigating somebody whom they suspect to engage in some sort of crime. This is in conformity to a well-documented, long-documented pattern of conduct of maintaining presence, which is criminal, and that criminal presence is identified through the specific environment. This specific environment is a scientific impossibility. It is literally impossible that the sun is rising at the hillside and then setting over the apartment building outside of my apartment, which is over building 1818. It is also impossible to suggest that that sunset after 6:30 is visible through the windows of 400 South Pepper in Colton, which is the Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. That's impossible to state that is, or to contend that the sunset is visible through both of those venues. My apartment, which is a facilitating venue. The government is keeping me under surveillance here, so my private space is literally a crime scene where I'm subject to state surveillance, where the government has no warrant or probable cause to maintain presence, which is the identity of the stalker that is engaging in what is unheard of and highly demented and deranged methods of stalking you and keeping you under surveillance, and also communicating a threat to you. They're also doing that while they are keeping one under surveillance whom they know is documenting it. You are engaging in that ongoing criminal pattern of conduct with the unlawful purpose to communicate a threat while you are documenting, while you are monitoring that target individual's documentation, which is what the entity has continuously engaged in, which is what you have witnessed the demon-possessed agency, the Los Angeles Police Department, who you witnessed exhibit to the world what demonic activity looks like, what demon possession looks like, engaging in what is pacing. Where they're pacing is significant. You're not just flying in a circle being a weirdo. You're pacing back and forth in a helicopter in the specific environment that is in and amongst the engineered light, which you saw, by the way, in the evening, where engineered light covered this same hillside, where the entity wants to suggest that this is where the sun is also rising. So you have 10 hours later, sunlight is still hitting this hillside. That's not the natural environment either, but they are demonstrating, exhibiting to you what demon possession looks like, what stalking by the government looks like, and what it behaves like when it's exposed, and it does create what is a matter of public safety, a public safety issue. At 9:03 a.m., there is no sun. As you can clearly see, it's over what is this hillside, which is directly in alignment to my apartment. That's why you're looking at what is the shape of my window on my floor, and you're understanding what is under no circumstances ever going to be the sun over my head when I am at 101 South Main Street, Suite D, specifically in front of a cafe, where the demons of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department are maintaining presence. And as they walk out, understand they already know where I'm at. They're monitoring the entire time, so they utilize their presence while they're engaged in surveillance, group stalking, while I'm documenting the United States Postal Service, I'm documenting Foothill Transit, I'm documenting the Pomona Police Department group stalking at that transit center in Pomona on March 22nd, 2022. And as I approach that cafe, the demons of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, who already know where I am at, they use that occasion to engage in the demonic pattern of what is pacing. And how are they pacing?